Good morning to you. Bono, you two, Foster and Alan, Father Ted. Go on, go on, go on. To be sure, to be sure, to be sure. Aye, that's grand. Guess what day it is today? It's St. Patrick's Thursday.
What an unimaginable amount of Guinness has been drunk today.
Oh, God, the Irish know how to party. I'm surprised there's anyone left in Ireland at this moment in time, because I saw loads of them today, and it was a good crack. I've learned a few Irish words, though.
Oh, yeah? Go on.
I've been saying, "Hog me home" to every Irish person I meet.
Do you know what that means, Cammy? Do you know what that means?
Pleased to meet you.
Not quite, Cammy. I think you've insulted every fan you've met
Hog me
today.
home.
David, you know what it means. It means kiss my... I'm not going to say what the rest of it is, but you get the drift. Let's not dwell on it, though. You have had an incredible week,
So I've
Cammy.
been wound up all day by saying that's pleased to meet
You've
you.
insulted literally everyone you've met with that. But anyway, let's not dwell on it. You've had an amazing week, right, punting. But
I had
how's today
amazing, fabulous
gone for
2
you?
days, Tuesday and Wednesday.
But today?
Today, I did back one winner, but I didn't win any money from it because I put a big double on with Undersow and Lorien.
Lorraine, yeah, listen, Undersow let down so many punters today. Our skin was safe because it was an absolutely shocking day for the bookies. Lots of the bankers won. So, yeah, we're back in front today, but tomorrow it's Gold Cup Day.
Absolutely. Looking
Shall we meet
forward
our
to that.
guests?
We shall. We have the Richard and Judy of the racing world. It's at the races, Martin Kelly, and from the Moore dynasty, it's Hayley Moore.
Matty Batchelor is back to cause more mischief.
He's not the sheriff, but the deputy Irish editor of the Racing Post. It's David Jennings.
And of course, Tom Stanley and Danny Archer have no homes to go to. They're still with us.
I know, we can't get rid of you two. Which one's out and which one's dead?
And gracing us with his presence, it's Lions legend Jonathan Davies.
Hey!
Give it up for Jonathan, everybody.
Both the rugby league and he's done the rugby union, and of course you say hello to me in the box today and I'm thinking, who's this?
People are always disappointed when I turn up.
No, we weren't disappointed, that's for sure.
You were voted player of the tour. That must have been amazing.
Yeah, no, it was great. The Lions tour was amazing, and had a lot of fun with a great bunch of boys, and an amazing experience. And to be voted, player of the tour was very humbling, I gotta say. So something I won't forget.
Was that important, having been made captain?
No, look, it was. You would have taken the series win, bar the personal accolade, but it's always nice to have on your CV essentially. But no, it was a great tour with the boys.
We had lots of people tweeting in and getting questions across, and one of the questions that came up quite a lot was, how did you feel when you were picked over O'Driscoll in 2013?
Yeah, on St. Patrick's Day as well, you're asking me that. No, it was, it was a big talking point, and I think at the time a lot of people wanted Brian to win, to play, but no, at the end of the day we were there to win a series and we won it, and that was the main thing, really.
Yeah, it was amazing. Now, Saturday, of course, huge match. Can Ireland land the Grand Slam?
I think they can. It's probably been like this festival, a lot of Irish trainers coming over here and getting some winners. I think the Irish will come over and get the Grand Slam, I think they're playing extremely well and full of confidence, really.
Martin's shaking his head there. Come on. I think the Irish should do
Home
it.
advantage at Twickenham, we'll turn them over.
No, not at all. I don't think so. I think Ireland will win.
whitewashed Cheltenham this week.
This is
We'll get
the
our
expert, okay, on this. I think we're going to stick with Jonathan.
After that, yeah.
Matty, I have to ask you, right? So, on the sidelines this week, when you're at Cheltenham, do you really miss riding now this week? What does it feel like?
Yeah, I've been fortunate that I've rode a winner there, had a few rides there, but when you're there this week riding up in the box, looking over the course, there's nothing more than you want to be out there with all the lads and competing. It's just the greatest feeling in the world.
David, obviously Irish Deputy Editor of the Racing Post. It's been a great day for the Irish. You were late coming because you were typing up the copy to get it in for the paper. How amazing has it been
Which
for us?
meant I got less makeup than they did, and I needed more. So it was a disaster. Sweating.
You look great.
Thanks, Cammy. What a day. Almost a whitewash.
I know.
Unbelievable.
So close.
So close. You had Maldini and Scoater coming down to the last for a whitewash. Couldn't get by, missed approach. Disaster. Would have been brilliant. 7-0. Would have loved it.
Yeah, it would have been great. Now, Cammy had one too many last night. Someone would say you were over the limit this morning, so we had to get a new driver for our taxi this morning.
I'm still over the limit now.
Right, I've had to pick up a few rides as a cab driver because we lost an absolute fortune yesterday, so hopefully I make a few quid today. Cammy, you're in the back seat, you're the passenger, help me out. Who's going to win the Gold Cup?
How much you want to get me to Cheltenham? Of course I'm going to go for Mike Bite. I can't go for any other horse. As John quite rightly says, I call him home in the Ladbrokes advert, so I've got to stick with Mike Bite.
Oh, and what a magnificent photo finish it was. The best I've ever seen with Mike Bite. You ruined it on the commentary, of course. But at least with plenty of the Magic Sign adverts, we can see it time and again. And I back the horse as well. So Mike Bite, he could be the real star horse. He could be one of the great Gold Cup winners. We'll go and see. But look at the dangers, Native River. Ground has come perfect for Native River. Johnson will bounce him out, and he could all the way drive the horses, and really the stamina of so many other horses will be tested. It'll be a huge test for Mike Bite and all the rest of them. And you've got our Duke, and Presenting Percy won yesterday. He was just behind our Duke, which was terrific form for Presenting Percy. So there's plenty of dangers in the race, but I go along. Mike Bite, you called him absolutely brilliantly. Cammy, you be the commentator. We'll pay, the bookmakers will pay out on what you say.
Well, I like our Duke, but I've lost so
Of course, we've got our social hub over here, Tom. What do people have to do?
People need to get in touch. Send us in your questions. Let us know on the Ladbrokes Facebook page, on Twitter as well. Get some questions in. We want to know who you think is going to win the big one. Who is going to win the Gold Cup? Will that go to Great Britain? Will that go to Ireland? And also views on Apple Shakira. Is she the banker of Friday? First race, of course, on the Friday. Martin's nodding. I disagree. He's probably right. But get in touch. We want to hear from you. I'll read them out during the show.
Well, tomorrow is, of course, Gold Cup Day. Arguably the best day of the entire year, I would say. Actually, it's the busiest anyway, bar the Grand National. Estimated £20 million will be gambled. Native River, Mike Bite, 9-2 joint favourites. I think Native River is going to be the worst result of the day. Our Duke will also be very popular, given how well the Irish have done today. So, should we get the thoughts of our panel?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a Mike Bite fan. I think you've seen the Ladbrokes advert where he wanders around, jumping the last at Cheltenham, but then he gets back up. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I did the piece in the Racing Post for tomorrow, and I call him the Phil Mitchell of racing because he's the bad boy. He's the guy that's committing crimes, but he's been 5 from 5 on his last 5 starts. He is the one to beat. Can you trust him? Is he going to come over towards the Guinness Village looking for a pint? I don't know. He is probably the best horse in the race. I'm going to take him on with our Duke. Jessica Harrington obviously trained the winner last year with Size and John. I think our Duke could potentially be a better horse than Size and John. He won the Irish Grand National last year. All the value is gone. He was 7-1 last week. He's only 4-1 now, I think. Maybe 9-2 with you, Nicola? Yeah. He's the one for me, Cammy. Our Duke.
Matty?
He could go for 2 points and still win, Cammy.
Yeah?
12 out of the last 13 winners have been first-time runners in the Gold Cup. So
that's a great stat.
Great
I love that stat.
Great
Yeah,
stat.
well
Mike
done.
Bite for me.
Jonathan, have you looked at it yet?
It'll be a total punt, and I would literally go for maybe Native River after winning the Welsh Grand National.
The ground.
Following on that bit of form, really. But
come on, just because he won the Welsh National.
Well, he's good enough then to win the Welsh Grand National.
Just to you, Danny. Does a national winner have the speed to win a Gold Cup?
Synchronised won the Welsh National and went on to follow up in the Gold Cup equivalent. And the only problem is, Matt, I think touched on. Horses who have been placed in the Gold Cup have a dodgy record of actually going on to win it. Jack Adams, the highlight at the moment. He's got a chance. Well, I think I agree with David. I think our Duke, he won over 3 mile 5 furlong the Irish Grand National. If he brushes up his jumping, Presenting Percy, franked the form the other day, I think he's pretty solid in the ground conditions. Nicky Henderson quickly said about Mike Bite, he's got the toughest task and the ground's going to make that even tougher for him. He'll be better on a sounder surface.
What about you, Hayley? What do you think?
I'm very much impressed by Presenting Percy's performance in the week, and I was expecting him to win, but I wasn't expecting in the fashion and the manner that he drew clear. He was devastating, and Monolly's a good horse, and we heard Henry de Bromhead saying how highly he regarded Monolly, and he fairly wiped into one side. So this week, the start of the week, I was a Mike Bite fan, and Nicky Henderson's horses have been excelling, they've been delivering. But then Presenting Percy's performance yesterday has just made me think I'm going to have to switch and go with our Duke. And Super Sunday nearly pulled it off today for the stable, Jessica Harrington, but he was just out-battled by Penn Hill, so I'm sure she'll make things right tomorrow and have a winner.
And Martin, are you in agreement, or are you going to disagree and cause an argument here?
I've been Native River all the way through, but I've sort of gone off him a little bit. I can't have Mike Bite. His form with the RSA And again, in the King George, isn't worth anything. He beat Double Shuffle to win an RSA. The form was no good at all. I think our Duke's the one to be with. His handicap performance in the Irish National was fantastic. Jesse's brought him to the boil. And that presenting Percy, I thought the way he ran in the RSA yesterday, he'd have won this year's Gold Cup on that performance. He was a monster performance from him. Back up in distance. Yeah, I think it's got to be our Duke.
Tom?
We haven't mentioned Road to Respect.
Yes, is he underrated?
He's got a similar profile to Mike Bite. He's a second season, third season chaser, second season chaser, David. Which one is he?
Second season novice.
Second season. So his second season is perfect. That's the right sort of profile. He won at the festival last year, as did Mike Bite, of course. We've seen what handicap winners last year have done in graded company this year, and the form took a massive boost with Balcutta Flow winning Easy As You Like earlier on. So double figures about him, I think, is very fair.
And nicest jockey in the race, Sean Flanagan. Yeah. After Matty retired, he became the nicest jockey in the race. After he went out of the spotlight, Matty, Sean Flanagan had given up. He had actually given up. He didn't bother renewing his licence a couple of years ago. Wasn't getting a chance. Look at him now. He's riding a leading fancy in the Gold Cup.
Nicola, I think I've got to mention as well, definitely red.
I was going to say, it's been backed.
Has he really? That's good to know. His form at Aintree was good. His form around the track last time was good. The ground's come right. I think he's a massive each-way player.
And the special story would be obviously Edward, after nearly, fatally injured at the festival last year, came back to win the Irish Gold Cup last time. He would be the story, and with Derek O'Connor on, that would be special to see.
And no, that's it.
So we've had 10 tips, and there's only 8 runners.
Okay, can I just quickly run through each selection? One selection each for the Gold Cup. David, we'll start with you. Matty?
Mike Bite.
Jonathan? Native River. Hayley?
Waltervik second.
Mike Bite.
Cammy?
Mike Bite.
Our Duke. Okay, I'm sorry if we haven't helped anybody out there. Cammy, I think we should actually go to our roving reporter first. Jessica was out and about all day. Or actually, will we go to the Albert Bartlett first? Yeah, let's talk about the Albert Bartlett. Dave, what's your thoughts on that one first?
I think this is my big theory in the Albert Bartlett. Don't fall for the sexy horses. The sexy horses don't win the Albert Bartlett. The Santinis, the ones you think are going to be brilliant, they don't win it. You need loads of experience. Paul Keeley, who works in racing bus, he's a great start. If you back the horse who had just had the most runs in the race, you would have backed winners at 25 to 1, 16 to 1, 11 to 1. So go for experience. I fancy Chef de Zobo, trained by Nicky Henderson, ridden by Noel Feely. I think he'll love the ground. He'll stay the trip, and I think he'll win.
Danny's got his hand up, desperate to say something.
I was at a press conference that David hosted, and Henry de Bromhead was on the panel, and he said an Albert Bartlett winner has usually won over the trip before. Last year was Penn Hill, obviously went on to win yesterday. Chef de Zobo's done exactly that, and he'll like the ground conditions.
Wichita Lyman, Bobsworth, who
This
else
is
had never
recent
contested
times.
the
This is
trip
recent
before? Loads of horses have won this without ever having run over 3 miles. It's perfect 8th hurdle start. He's got all that experience.
Have any of these convinced you, Jonathan?
I don't know. I've written so many I don't know who I'm going for tomorrow, to be honest, but I'm sure we'll have a gamble.
Martin, the county hurdle.
County hurdle,
County hurdle. Devin Beer on a line to it's 40 to 1. He's better off at the weights. He's been eased, I think, £7 for 2 starts this year. Paul Nicholls got a great record in the race. He's 40 to 1. I think he's massively overpriced. You used to ride horses, didn't you?
No,
I'm sure
I
you
tried to ride them.
If Ruby would have ridden Underso, would he have won? That's just unfair, isn't it?
It's unfair, no.
It wouldn't have made a difference, no?
No, it would have made a shadow of a difference. So, Paul Townend is a top-class rider. Wouldn't have made any difference at all.
I can see why people are saying it after last year, but that winner was top quality today.
It was indeed, yeah. We've seen so many good performances this week. Going back to you saying Altior, Footpad was brilliant as well. I mean, the fact he's won over 2 miles and William Mullins is now thinking about a Gold Cup campaign for him. It's audacious planning.
Shall we talk about the Triumph Hurdle? I'm going to go to you first, David. Apple Shakir and beaten now in 4 starts is the favourite for this race, but I was so impressed with Radishian at Kenton.
Yeah, Radishian, I'm just worried, is he a flat track horse? Apple Shakira gets the mare's allowance, has won 3 from 3